They come from every walk of life. By the 100,000, they're assembling at camps and naval training stations.
I certainly felt something very strong. There was a certain amount of affection, but it was a very butch kind of affection. There's no way in the world that they would have defined this as being gay activity, and I couldn't either.
Of course, when you're actually in combat, the whole focus is on living and the raw nerve edge of everything. Most of your life is reflex action. But more intense expression of feelings were permitted then.
On the nights out, groups of soldiers may go looking for women and end up finding one another.
And I'd gone out with two rather close friends. We were maybe 3 miles from the front lines, and it was a little town in Germany. We'd had a lot of casualties. And I went out and we got very drunk. And coming back, Mertz and I started kind of playing with each other. I remember it was on a bridge. But the traumatic thing about it is that both of those guys were dead in 3 days.
Entertainers are always a little bit like God, you know. They stand off. A different light shines on them.
Strong and brave, here to save the American way.
Not all of us can storm a beach or drive a tank, but there's still a way all of us can fight.
It was World War II, and everyone that didn't have a perforated eardrum or flat feet was off defending our country at some place or another.
We sort of adopted Captain America. I don't know if he was one of us, although he did always have that friend hanging around. I do seem to remember he had something with that agent, whose name I don't recall. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. He became sort of a symbol to the rest of us, you know. He came from nothing, and he went on to become the face of the war. And when you felt you were no one, and no one could love you because of the way that you were, he was a good man to have in your corner.
In the 40s, the bomb dropped. In the 40s, the entire planet was threatened biologically. In the 40s, there was a recovery from the total breakdown of all morality in the concentration camps. For those of us who were homosexual, it was suddenly the realization, why are we being intimidated by a bunch of jerks who don't know anything about life?